Hi, let's go on a journey of a new chapter, and it's called Should Wizard Hit Mommy? There are multiple stories running parallel in this particular case, and that's what makes this chapter special. There is a story about a father telling a story to his daughter. Second, the actual story that the father is telling to the daughter is the second story. And then the third part is the relationship between the father and the mother of the daughter. So there are three things happening parallel, and that's what we are going to explore. Jack, the father, was entrusted with telling a story to his daughter Jo every evening. And on weekends it used to be twice. Now Jo was of 4 years of age, and all this started when she was 2 years of age. So since 2 years, Jack had been telling a story to her to make her sleep, and then it had become a routine now. Jo was always wanting some story to be told to her. Over a period of time, Jack had told so many stories that now he was kind of exhausted of the ideas of the story. So what he did is, he created a skeleton of a story. In the language of computer programming, maybe a flowchart, where there would be an animal character whose first name will always start with Roger. That Roger will be having some problem. He would be asked to go to the wise owl to resolve his problem. The wise owl will always show his inability to cure the problem, and that's how he would be directed to the wizard. So our Roger will go to wizard, narrate his problem. The wizard will do something magical and the problem will be resolved. And then wizard would ask for some money in return, which will always be less than what Roger would be having. So wizard would guide him where to get the rest of the money. Then Roger will be happily moving around with the problem solved. In the evening he will reach home. At 8 o'clock a train's whistle will be blown, which would bring his father. His father would come. They would have dinner. There will be an elaborate description of the dinner, and that's how the story would be completed. This was the skeleton Father Jack had prepared for Jo. And today was a Saturday afternoon, and Jack was ready to tell the story to Jo. This time he took the character of Skunk. A skunk is a very tiny creature with a very foul smell. So, in today's story, the character was Roger Skunk, a foul smelling animal. Now, from the kind of quality that it was having, we can understand what kind of problem he would be having. Yes, since it foul smelled, no one would play with him. And that's how he felt lonely, and that was his problem. Nobody was playing with him. He was sad. He was alone. So he went to the wise owl, narrated his problem to wise owl, but wise owl showed its inability to resolve it and asked him to go to wizard, right? He went to wizard, narrated his problem. Wizard thought for a while, took his magic wand, moved around in the air, spoke some magical words, and asked him, what kind of smell you want? And the immediate word that came out from Roger Skunk's mouth was rose. And lo, here he started smelling like rose. And Roger Skunk was very happy. Yes, now the whole world was available to him. But Wizard asked for money. Roger checked. He didn't have that much money. So he requested Wizard to guide him what to do. Wizard guided him to go in particular direction, and then there was a well, and in the well he would find the remaining money. So Roger goes there, he gets the money, brings and gives it to Wizard. And now he is a free guy. He goes to his friends. His friends are also very happy. Why? Because they got one new friend with a very good smell. They all played a lot that evening, and Roger returns back to his home at the night. Till now, Joe was very happy listening what had happened to Roger Skunk, because she was also a small girl. She could identify herself with Roger Skunk. Now when Roger comes back home, Roger's mother, she finds the usual characteristic smells of skunk missing. She asks Roger, "What happened? Where is the smell?" Roger narrated everything, and the mother was furious. She said, "Our smell is our identity. How can you lose it?" She took one umbrella in one hand, held with another hand the hand of Roger, and told her to take him to Wizard. Both of them went to Wizard. Mother very angrily hit the Wizard with the umbrella and ordered him to give back the smell of Roger. Wizard obliged, and Roger came back sad. This was as narrated by the father Jack to Joe. Now, this is something Joe was not expecting. She felt very happy when Roger was happy, and now Roger becoming sad did not go well with her. She protested. She told her father, "This is not the ending I want. I want Roger to be happy." And this time, father wanted her to get the realities of life. She said, everyone have their own identities and they have to live with that. And parents know the best. Children should follow the parents. But Joe, seeing the condition of Roger, identifying herself with him, she could not accept this. She wanted her father to change the ending. Whereas Jack also became a bit adamant because his childhood was also like this. He was also singled out. But he survived and he grew up. And that's what he thought is the system of life. Everyone have to go with what they get. So he did not want to change this in order to teach his daughter a lesson to accept the life as it comes. But Joe, in her childish manner, did not want to budge until Jack had to say firmly and sternly that go and sleep. Nothing is going to change. Joe started crying, but father did not budge. Joe requested, "Okay, fine, tomorrow you say the same story with a different ending." But father was not in a mood to give it. While all this was going on, he could hear some noise coming from downstairs of moving of furnitures, and he could make out that his wife was moving the furniture, which she was not supposed to do as she was pregnant. But She might be upset with him, and that's what was the reaction seen. So now he was caught in an ugly middle position. He was not able to convince his daughter. He wanted to go down and help his wife, which he was again not able to do. And that's how he found himself in the middle. So immediately what he did is he guided his daughter to the bedroom and told her to sleep immediately. Otherwise he would not tell the story anymore. And immediately came down. When he came down, his wife looked at him and sarcastically said, "Today your story lasted a little longer." Now Jack was not in a position to answer anything. He wanted to help her, but somehow he could not. And this particular statement of hers made us realize that everything was not fine between the husband and the wife. Now this is basically the story Should Wizard Hit Mommy, which covers different layers of relationship. When there is a troubled relationship between the parents, the children are affected. When there is no clear understanding about the identity, there is a kind of rebellion among the children. What comes out, what transpires out of this chapter is communication is the key. We need to communicate everything in order to avoid any sort of misunderstanding because of whatsoever reason. And that's how this chapter ends on a high, that we should always be in communication. At this point, I would convey this to you. You need to communicate, or you can communicate with me about this particular video or the whole syllabus, whatever you liked, whatever you disliked, and let me nurture you, let me give you the best that I can give you so that you are completely satisfied and you come out with flying colors in your exams after going through these study material. Thank you.